And we are live, everyone. Welcome. My name is Trent, aka TD. I'm joined by my co-host Kitty, and we have Corey from Honeyland with us this evening. And Trade Up Chords will join us later. Corey, how you doing, man?
I am doing awesome, man. It is Friday evening here. I'm pumped to be doing this. I had so much fun with you guys last time, so I'm super excited to be doing this again.
Yeah, me too. That was back in January, I think, right? Yeah, it's been a while.
It's definitely been a while. I remember it was also, I think that was a Saturday evening that we did it, and I had a couple beers before we did the show. I generally don't drink during the week, but on the weekends I'll have a couple beers, and so had a couple beers before the show. I generally don't get on camera if I've had any beers, but I had so much fun. I had a beer next to me while we were doing it. I did it from my little outdoor kind of room in my backyard, and I was gonna do it again there, and I was like, I'll do it from up here. But I'm really pumped to be here. I had so much fun last time.
Yeah. So you have a lot going on. And a lot has gone on since January, I believe. What are the highlights? What can you tell me? Like, what the most significant changes to Honeyland?
Yeah, I mean, trying to ask what's different since January is like asking, Web3, like what's different since
Right.
2016. But if I could think, recently, so we launched our item or our in-game marketplace back in late December, and so that probably really started to in January catch quite a bit of traction. It's really cool to see that now of all NFTs across secondary marketplaces or inside Honeyland, that half the transactions take place inside Honeyland and half take place in secondary marketplaces, and 2/3 of the currency used is HXD. 1/3 of the currency used is HXD. Is Sol. So it's really cool to see the marketplace having very few gaming projects or any project could say that 2/3 of the items bought for their collections are done in their own currency. And so I think
that's
doing the in-game marketplace is a big part of that.
Yeah.
So that's been really cool. We reworked our onboarding for new players. That was a huge part of just getting player retention. We now have this really cool welcome pass. The tutorial's done really well. We kind of walk you through it. There's a whole bunch of items that you can get by every time you accomplish a new task in that welcome pass, you're getting new things and XP and items and eggs and all sorts of really cool things. And so I think the new player onboarding experience is significantly better today than it was back in January. And that was probably a 9-month project to actually get that where it was. And then just most recently, we launched our in-game items marketplace. So the lands, as you know, they emit both tokens and items, depending on if you're hunting or harvesting. Well, up until the items marketplace went live, if you were hunting and bringing back items, the only thing you could do is use them in the game. And the only way to get items was really to go on hunting missions, or you could find them in our shop. But not you couldn't find them limitlessly in the shop. It was they would show up from day to day. And so we launched our items marketplace inside the game now, so that players can take those items that they're getting from hunting, things like upgrades and land items and all those different things that you can find for the game that are giving you either an advantage on mission or helping you grow or strengthen your colony. Those are now all tradable in the game as well. And so it gives players who own a lot of items a whole new way to kind of earn in the game, and it gives new players coming into the game who don't want to just spend a whole bunch of time finding or accumulating items. They'd rather just go buy them. They now have a marketplace that they can buy them from other players. So those are not NFTs. They're just in-game items. Of course, all the NFTs can be traded as well. So really, really cool stuff. We're doing an airdrop right now. So it's like a play to airdrop campaign. So if you haven't been in Honeyland for a while, jump in. There's a whole airdrop pass every day.
You guys hear that?
So yeah.
I have a question about the in-game marketplace.
Yeah.
And I really like the way that you guys are doing. You're doing that with, where you're treating the token as just an in-app token, right? It's not a currency. It certainly isn't a security. Was there any friction that you had between you and the app providers? I guess it would be Play
Apple
Store?
and Android.
Yeah.
No. So the beauty of this is that we were so focused from an early standpoint of player experience. I don't know if you saw that kind of meme video that came out. It was like a third person kind of shooter game that was fully on chain, and every shot was logged on chain. And so the MetaMask thing kept popping up every half a second, to sign a transaction, sign it. it was this meme thing that like, yeah, Web3 gaming is going to look really cool. We really wanted to,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
literally every bullet that came out of your gun was a new transaction. It was pretty funny. So we really wanted to be the other side of that, right? Where like the blockchain was just totally in the background, whether you were Web2
Right.
or
Right.
Web3,
As it should be.
Yeah. And so part of what we needed to do to get there was we needed to make it like this whole on-chain, off-chain relationship where everything you're doing in the game is actually off-chain. So the tokens that you're earning from harvesting,
Right.
as you're trading, HXD for items from other players, even in that marketplace, as you're buying things in the shop, it's all off-chain. And then we just settle on-chain in the background and make sure that every single token held in Honeyland is matched one-to-one in like a custodial wallet. And so because of that, the app stores treat it very much more like a Web2 game than a Web3 game. And because we have the ability as an in-app purchase to purchase more of those HXD tokens, which again is not an on-chain activity, but we have an on-chain activity that takes place to kind of balance that whenever it takes place. They love it because they can get their in-app purchase fees. And so, it was almost in an accident, not an accident in terms of the app store stuff, but we did it for player experience. And that session with player experience actually helped us when into app store approvals.
Right. Yeah. Hell yeah. I love it. And everything that you're saying about the off-chain stuff. I'm getting into Solana a bit myself from the dev perspective. And I'm very much on board with let's just be fast as hell with everything. Right. Let's make it quick. I'm gonna let Kitty take over here because she's got some cool stuff.
To take over.
Let's take a look at what she's got. You want to share your screen?
She said, "I don't need to take over." She just she found some honey pots. She got
I just claimed some honey pots and I claimed my harvest.
Did it say nothing here for you?
I've been avoiding PvP because the other day someone came and raided me and I could not do missions because I didn't have HXD in the game. And I was being lazy and I wasn't transferring any over. So I went a day without doing missions.
So if you're not doing it, you have that shield. That's why you'd be avoiding it. As long as you're logging in each day, you get an auto shield, unless you go raid other players.
It ran out.
We're completely reworking PvP. And PvP is going to be so insanely fun. Right now, the core game loop of Honeyland is hunting and harvesting. That you're going out, you're trying to basically accumulate as many assets as you can. The goal is that, and I've kind of said this, that like play and own is a really cool genre as long as there's a reason to own the things you're playing for beyond just selling them. Because if the only game loop is, or player loop is play to own to sell, then eventually that economy is only as good as you have enough people coming in to buy the things that people are trying to exit. And so my whole thing has always been like, not always, I should say this is a realization that I've had probably, 6 to 8 months ago as our economy really started to go, is I said, you've got to have a play to own, but you'll also have an own to play. And so that's where PvP has become a much more core game loop or focus of us, that we're reworking it so that there's weekly tournaments that are taking place that are these big PvP tournaments. There's real HXD being exchanged with each battle, but there's also a leaderboard that sits outside of that with real prizes that have a ton of really cool things that players can rank up, get rare cosmetics, get HXD, get Zubs and items and all these really cool things that sit on the leaderboard. We're also going to make it so that when basically PvP is an opt-in or opt-out for the week. So you don't, there's no shields anymore. There are going to be shields. Shields will have a different purpose though. It'll be more about how much you can win or lose depending on the shield that you've applied, or if you have a shield applied or not, or how much you could lose, I should say, as opposed to that you can't get rated. So you opt into PvP, you can get rated limitlessly throughout that week, but you have like a PvP balance that's specific to your PvP balance. And you'll select risk tiers. So if you're like, listen, I want to participate, but I don't want to win or lose a lot. Like maybe 0.5 HXD is like all I'm willing to win or lose this week. Great. You can enter tier 1, right? Then if you really want to get to where it can be 150 HXD in a given battle, you can get all the way into tier 5, right? Where you've got like, you've really leveled up your colony. You've got some OPBs. You've got a big squad and quality of those. And you really want to be the person who has the tier 5, champion badge with your account, right? You're going to need to kind of level up and get there. And so we're really making this far more attractive. And then there's going to be some in-game benefits when you opt in to PvP as well. And so you don't feel like, even if you're losing some HXD, just by opting in, you're able to get more HXD versus players that aren't necessarily participating in the PvP. So while it is opt-in, we've tried to make it so that it will feel really odd if you've chosen not to opt in, if you're going to be active in Honeyland that week. And so it'll be really fun. We really want PvP to be a much more exciting part of this game, and really
I like
be the
that.
own game loop. Yeah.
How do I find your house here, Kitty?
We are near the center, which is where the battle arena is and the big hive.
Yeah.
And
Is that
then
it?
we
Is that-
are this little icicle island just next to the PvP thing. Do you want me to bring up mine?
Yeah.
I just
Is it
don't know
over here?
how.
So go down and to the right, TD.
We're here. Like,
Okay,
see. Hold up. Well, let me zoom out. No. So when you first load in to here, you'll load in looking at like this little
Yeah.
castle.
Yep.
And then if you just come over to the right and just down a little bit, this little ice island here.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, that's a baller. That's a baller though. That should be good.
And
right?
then I also know where Twalter's little land is off by heart as well. His is
2335 is it?
this one's Twalter's, just here.
There you
So I know where
go.
Twalter's is. Yeah,
Wait,
there's
what's
Sonnet
the-
lands that I go to as well. Wolf One and Pals. I use a lot of their lands here in the desert.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I do not know who they are, but I see them all over the map. They must be big whales in the game.
Yeah, both of them have been early players from the game. Pals, yeah, both of them have been
Yeah.
early players.
0 bees.
Yeah, I definitely
cool.
go to yours each day. Well, Twalter. Yours has so many bees working on it all the time.
Why do
But
I
I've
have
gone to
0?
Twalter before, and I'm like, how do you have that many bees working there? What are you doing? But yeah, this is our little land.
Yeah. How come I don't have any bees?
Oh.
Yeah.
I have a bee. How come I can't send
Kitty.
them out?
Have you
You
staked it?
can
Oh no. I
go
probably
in there,
didn't.
click the plus if you want it. Yeah, if you wanted
Sorry.
to click the land, click the plus on the next to the zeros. Oh, it won't let you.
I don't think he staked it.
Yeah, no, I didn't stake it yet. I don't think. So I got to do that. Like, I'm pretty bad here. What? Okay.
Best places to go to is Hive Mind.
Okay, so
the
that's
computer.
over here. Right.
Yep. And then go
Oh, got it.
staking up the
Yeah,
top.
top right, you can see stake
Yeah.
on any B that you're on.
Oh, so there was a stake on
Yeah,
here.
so go back. You can do it right from that B page. Yeah,
Oh yeah, look
there
at
you
that.
go, right there.
Yep.
Bam. And then do I just refresh over here?
Yeah, it may take a minute. Staking is one of those things that. So we've done. This is kind of while you're kind of waiting for that. One of the big challenges with, if you guys remember, Solana had all this network congestion that was taking
Oh my
place.
god, it hasn't gotten much better, but go ahead.
It's gotten a lot better for some things, and it's still challenging
Right,
for
right.
others. But what the thing for us is like there are enough on-chain things that take place in the game that it was really just creating support issues. That wasn't our deal, right? They'd do
Right.
something and then you'd go to unstake a B and then it would be reverted, or you'd go to breed and then it just wouldn't. We couldn't get that on-chain transaction to come through, and so we made some changes. And Kitty, I know you play a little bit more, and so you've probably seen. But we made some changes that if you're like breeding, we don't now try and do that on-chain transaction in front of you. We basically say, cool, the breeding process takes a couple minutes. We'll notify you as soon as it's done. And then we hit that in the background. And if that transaction fails, we have an auto retry. Every 5 minutes, we're auto retrying that. I think we'll retry it like 2 or 3 times, and then we'll wait. And then 5 minutes later, we'll retry it 2 or 3 times, and then we'll wait. And so that takes place in the background. And we just notify you once it happens in the game and say, great, your B is ready. And so we've done that for just about everything. The one thing we can't do that for is staking, because staking requires an individual. It requires you can't partially sign it and then allow us to finish it like you can with some of those other things. With the staking and unstaking, you're the only signature on that, and so we can't do that. And so if staking fails or takes a little bit longer, unfortunately, we can't that's the one big challenge, and it's also one of the beefier things in the game, or on chain, which is actually staking and unstaking. And so,
Can you say that again for me, Corey? The issue is.
So
Say that again.
when it comes to something like breeding in the game, you're actually signing part of that, and then we're able to sign the second part of it. So there's like a partial signature that we pass through, and then as long as you pass through that partial signature, we can keep retrying with the second part of that signature again and again. Yours doesn't go away, we've saved that part of the signature, and then we can keep trying to sign it. With staking, you're the only signature. So there's not a partial that we have as part of that staking contract, because you're not in the game yet, right? So that item is still on the outside before it's moved into the game where you can actually interact with it. So because of that, if it fails, there's nothing that we can do to keep retrying that automatically like we can with breeding or anything else that takes place in the game. And so it's just one of these challenges where, you know, it's one of those things. But and staking can take just, you know, a couple minutes. I don't know why this should be taking. Let's go to click the X there and go to my bees at the bottom. No, I was going to say on this page still. Go to my bees at the bottom. See if you've got anything in there yet.
Yeah,
there you go. That's in, right?
Does he need an upgrade or something?
No, shouldn't need an upgrade.
Oh, not yet.
Let's see. He can go to zone 1. Where's your land, Kitty?
Oh, we're not.
Zone 1, I'm pretty sure, because it's so close to the hive. Or zone 2.
Zone 3.
Oh, it's zone 3.
Zone 3. Why. Oh, damn. There we go.
There you go.
So zone 3, like, apparently, I gotta find zone 1.
Yeah, so closer to that gold building, if you just go just above it, like right under where Kitty was talking about the deserts that she goes to. Yeah, right in there, going to be a zone 1. Yeah, all in that area, right, just kind of that half moon around the gold building. There you go. Now you can send that guy out harvesting. That's a good one too, it looks like. So click the plus. Yeah, you can either do it that way. That works. Choose if you want him to hunt or harvest.
We're hunters, dude.
You don't have HXD, so you won't be able to.
Yes, if I hunt. You want to hunt to get the HXD first.
Yeah, go harvest.
So
Click send all. See if it'll let you. Seems like it's letting.
Look at all your retired bees.
Okay, yeah. So just
She
swap
don't
him
play.
on the left. So, go to see the bee where he's in the slot. Yeah. Just to the right of send all.
Yeah, I clicked it.
Slide back the other way. Slide him back where you can see him.
Oh, I got you. No. I don't know what.
You can actually just drag. Put your cursor on the blue window, and then drag.
Which one? This one here? Oh shit!
Yeah.
There you go. So you want to go back to this guy?
Yeah.
And then see just below your mouse.
Oops. Yeah. There you go. Click harvest. There you go. And now you should be able to send.
I got some stupid.
Now you should be able to send.
Yeah. Okay. Send all.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. All right. Go.
I'll say with the staking, I've had issues on it with mobile a lot. The hive mind staking has been never failed, but I think recently the mobile has worked occasionally. But it might just be my device is really old and crappy. But
no, it's same for me. It's
I always just go to HiveMind.
Yeah, HiveMind seems to be much more reliable there. So
I'm quite enjoying the airdrop.
We're still doing things in the background to try and even optimize that staking process, not just through like priority fees and things like that, which are kind of the low hanging fruit, but we're systematically trying to redo it. But it's kind of funny, you know, Solana going through that real time of network congestion forced us to go spend a bunch of time kind of building systems that made us more resilient to, you know, or less dependent on network performance. And in doing so, the game just got way better, you know, like, so now if there's network congestion in the future, we're not in a position where that actually affects us in the same way that it would have, or that it did when we were all, you know, we were in that. So it's kind of funny that sometimes these times of chaos or challenge ultimately end up forcing you to build a product in a way that will make it better ever. And so, you know, that's kind of one of the cool things. I just look at the performance of the game, and, you know, the for anybody who's been playing for the last year, you know, thinking of the performance of the game today versus the performance of the game 12 months ago is crazy how much better it's gotten. And not only how much more it does, but just how much, you know, smoother every action in the game, how much more reliable, how many, you know, there's still bugs. We're not perfect, but in terms of a Web3 game and all the things that we can do, I think we're relatively, you know, ahead of the curve on where a lot of that stuff is today. And I can't say that probably back in January when we did this last time. It was probably still a little bit or quite a bit buggier, slower, laggier. You know, doing a live stream was probably a little bit more dicey 5 months ago than it is today.
Yeah, I have a question. The mobile app is fantastic. I think we all enjoy playing the game when we have time. I'm curious about your guys' web app. It doesn't have the same functionality as the mobile app does. Do you guys have plans on bringing that up to be in line with the mobile app, or is that always going to kind of have like limited functionality?
It will. The goal from the dev team is to bring it in line. Right now, what I like to call the web app is a desktop companion to your mobile game. Really, so it's really good to in my opinion, to throughout the day. If you don't want to have to log in and take the 15, 20 seconds that it takes when you open the app for the first time, the web app doesn't have that same lag. And so for just a reduction of latency and just kind of for speed to be able to refill or backfill lands or send bees out on more missions, I think that's really where we're what the web app is best for: claiming rewards, sending bees out on missions, kind of looking at activity and status. If you're really trying to do more of the things that are marketplace and upgrades and breeding and hatching and a lot of those things, I wouldn't recommend the web app yet. But to answer your questions, we definitely have the plan of catching that up when it becomes, a little bit more of the top priority. Divine Drift says, how many players in the game? We've got about 20,000 daily actives. I think last month we had 70,000. We had 70,000. So yeah, we've definitely been growing a lot. And you can still get in that top 5,000 certainly for the airdrop. There's some requirements in terms of like referrals and if you haven't referred anybody to the game, your points just aren't quite as are I should say far less than if you refer somebody. So getting in and going through the airdrop and then referring one person is the thing that will really catapult you above a lot of those other people. And so you can certainly still get in. And if you're doing the task daily, I saw Kitty had all of her tasks checked. And when 30 minutes from now.
Yeah, for my airdrop. I've got most of them. I can't breed another Gen Z. Or I could breed a Gen Z, but yeah, I got most of them done.
Kitty, can you click on the third tab there?
The bonus tasks?
Yeah.
Where's my mouse?
I have a problem scrolling this on mobile, so I couldn't.
No, it works now. I wasn't able to scroll at first, and now it works. This is on my mobile, by the way.
Great. Okay.
But yeah, you can scroll it now because when I scrolled it yesterday, I was like, oh, there's all these other things. Holy cow. Yeah. Because at first it was only showing that much. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I scrolled yesterday and I was like, ooh, there's all this other stuff. So
holding assets, holding Honeyland assets will be a cool way to get some more points.
Can you see that properly right now? Oh, you'll be able to bring it up.
What we're going to do for all those, Kitty, is we're doing a snapshot on May 31st. So that'll be the very last day. So anything that's in your wallet on that day, we've got, we partner with BR1, we partner with Bonk, we partner with Solana Mobile, we partnered with Drip, we partner with
Bodoggos.
So holding any of those, assets, and you kind of have the explanations in there, but holding any of those are ways that you can get bonus points for the airdrop as well. Those will just all be applied after a snapshot on May 31st.
I have like $100 worth of HXD staked as well, so
awesome.
That one came in. I was like, yes.
And then we'll have we're working on actively right now the in-game staking as well, which is really not staking. It's just holding tokens or spending tokens in game. Basically, you're going to have a daily kind of points that are assigned based on how much HXD you're spending and or holding for that day at like a snapshot. So anything you spent that day and then anything that you're holding at the snapshot will all be applied towards like a point value. You're going to get raffle tickets every day. You're going to get some cool multipliers in the game. You're going to get there's a number of things. We'll kind of announce it all at once in terms of what we're doing, but we're building basically an incentive system to just have HXD in the game as well, or spending HXD. You're actually going to get more points for spending it than simply holding it.
That's cool.
Oh, my mother is here.
I bring her up. I can.
Hey, Ma.
I bred my first queen the other day. This is my first queen I bred. Hey, Ma.
She's rad. Oh, wow. She's got great stats, too.
Yeah, she does. She really does. Zone 6, and she's got really high attack and defense. And
let me see. Sorry. I'll put it back.
Corey, I was reading up on the last AMA and the Medium article, and you guys mentioned a partner airdrop from ETH VGX. I was trying to find out more information about that. Is that layer 1 ETH or is that on layer 2? And then the second question, you guys mentioned with not just that one, but with some other stuff you guys are doing about Genesis assets. do the land assets count as a Genesis asset, or is it just bees?
Land does not count. So it's just going to be the bees and the queens, the Genesis bees, Genesis queens. VGX, we've partnered with them. We're going to do kind of two things. So one thing that's for everybody, a benefit that's for everybody, which will be, we're going to have a free VGX trait in the game. It'll be claimable by everybody for like a week-long period. It's this really cool, like Mad Hatter style, like steampunk, like kind of mashup of a hat. It's a really cool trait that you'll be able to throw on your bees. It's free to claim, and of course free to fuse onto any of your bees, and will come with some stat upgrades. So kind of free stat upgrades for anybody who goes and claims that trait. And then for the Genesis holders, we already took a snapshot for that. Anybody who had non-listed Genesis assets, eggs, queens, and bees will be a part of that airdrop. It is a layer 1 ETH token. And so for anybody who holds Genesis and is watching this, go into HiveMind, and in your user profile, you'll be able to add a ETH wallet, and that way we can know where to send those tokens to, since obviously we only have Solana wallets for your game account. So yeah, that'll be a cool way to do it. We'll have a little bit more. We're finalizing with VGX just the dates and stuff like that, but it should all happen in the next, I would think, 2 weeks when the VGX trait goes live in the game for free claim, as well as when the airdrop goes live for the Genesis holders. But it's a decent amount. They're giving us they're giving us a decent amount of VGX tokens.
That's cool. And just from terminology, a lot of people use airdrop when it's not technically an airdrop. Are they dropping it into wallets, or do you have to go claim it?
It's a good question. I haven't dialed down the logistics of that. The plan was always airdrop, although we kind of looked into some airdrops recently and realized that they can get quite expensive because there's basically the token rent, especially, and then you're talking about the ETH stuff. So we'll have to figure out just kind of the finances of that. Ideally, I'd love to do it as a true airdrop, but we'll figure that out at the time comes. Yeah. And we really look at, if you look at Genesis holders, we've got about 800 Genesis holders across those 5,500 pieces. And so when you look at that, the number of wallets that it actually has to touch is a little bit less. But yeah, you're one step ahead of me. I haven't really even thought that far ahead. But we'll make sure that we get tokens into our Genesis holders.
That's a great ad. I like that.
Yeah, Corey, I don't know if you noticed it, but I pinged you something in the private chat. Definitely take a look at that, because that would work for airdrops too. It would make it so, because you sign it off chain and then you could send it out, and then so the user, I think it would work for that. I don't want to get
well. I'll definitely take a look at this, and sometimes it has to do with sometimes there's just technical challenges that right. We have the Web3 auth, we have Phantom, we have Soulflare, we have Ledger, and so you start to deal with all these different wallet options, and you need those wallets to also support that technology.
Right.
And so so sometimes there's little limitations, and again, that's where we're, what I would say, developing a lot of stuff that is not everybody can, just because we've got a team that says, cool, we'll figure that out.
Hell yeah, that's all you need.
So I gotta ask you, there's more changes coming. What's the thing that's got you most excited about the upcoming changes that you guys are working on?
Yeah, I would say PvP is hands down the thing that I'm most excited about at this point. Now that the items marketplace is live, the cosmetics marketplace is live, the certified beekeeper is live, all those within the last couple of weeks. The airdrop pass is live. All those were things that we'd worked, really, really hard on, and to see all those come together and really go live this month was really cool. The PvP rework, and then of course Universe 2. I think those are the two things that I'm most excited about. But the PvP rework is something that I think can be really, really special, for this game. I think that Universe 2 is going to be incredibly special as well. I think it creates, certainly for the players who have been with us for a while, creating this whole newness of, creating just this newness of aesthetics and gameplay and new things to kind of figure out. There's going to be new strategies that will need to be created. So that'll be really, really fun. But PvP should be just before that, and then Universe 2 just after that. Those are the two things that I'm certainly most excited about at this point.
No,
that'll be cool. PvP.
When I read that, I was interested in how that was going to change. So that'll be interesting to see. Kitty, do you do any PvP on there?
I was at the beginning, and I was getting 15 HXD rating people, but then I stopped, and now I'm just avoiding being raided because I lost it all the other day. So,
Wait, people
and I've
come
seen
in
some of the
and
stats
stuff?
of some people. Yeah, they come and take. If they win, they get your HXD.
Oh, get out of here!
It's picked up over the last probably 3 to 5 weeks. I feel like I
The
don't remember
PvP, yeah. I've
very
seen
often.
so many beast stats go up in the last few weeks.
Excellent. So we got about maybe 15 or 12 minutes left of Corey. So I'd like to maybe run some sort of a giveaway. Can we give away NFTV on Solana, Kitty? Trade up? Are we allowed to do? I think we can. Like we do.
I
Whatever
don't know.
we want,
Have
right?
you even?
Nobody's
No.
stopping you.
No, yeah, I can give it. I have it in a personal wallet. Let's do
Hey
that.
Corey, while we're looking at Kitty's screen there, I have a question about I can't remember what they were called, the bucks, and then the aesthetics that you would buy for like your home your hive there.
Oh,
Those went away, and it seems like the aesthetics are kind of locked in. Is that going to change in the future, or kind of what you have, what you have?
I'm not sure the question. So there's still, like, you could see she was filtering through. There's
She is changing. I couldn't
Yeah.
do that last time I
it's
was.
just that I don't know if it's on the computer, but no, you can't get to that on the computer. But yeah, it's
Yeah, and they're just all purchasable in Zubs now. So now everything's done in Zubs instead of HXD.
Okay.
Or pardon me, instead of design bucks. But yeah, it's all Zubs now. So we removed design bucks from the economy altogether, replaced all those with Zubs, and now Zubs is really this thing. You can enter raffles with Zubs. You can purchase all of your cosmetics here with Zubs. You can enter more daily tournaments. There's a lot of things that we're going to be doing. You can use them in the shop for Gen Z things. For Gen Z items now, you can use Zubs. So we're really trying to make Zubs this currency that that can give players a really good head start to get involved with a lot of these things without having to hand out a bunch of HXD. So that we can really protect that for the missions, and it's a fixed supply that we have. But use the Zubs in a way that we can really incentivize and reward players in the game without necessarily messing the larger economy up, which is that HXD economy. And so, that was the transition. Zubs have been really cool. And if you're looking to get more Zubs, the best thing, the two ways that you can get the most amount of Zubs is Word Puzzle. Every single day you can go play for rewards in Word Puzzle, which is one of our like game mall games. You can get like 150 Zubs every day if you're just playing that and getting a score high enough. Like you can kind of unlock more. But even if you're not getting the top scores, you can go get 100 Zubs relatively easily with a medium score each day. And then we're launching a new game called Pollen Pop relatively soon. Same thing. This one will be, it's like a match 3 style game. So like that'll be a way that you can go get a couple hundred Zubs every day just by playing those games. Bumble Bash is
that's cool.
Yeah, Bumble Bash is a great way, of course, to go get the keys that you can unlock chests to get items. And so like just playing those other little games are going to help you get assets that can help you grow more quickly in Honeyland if that's something that you're looking to do. And then the friends are obviously another great way. Oh, you're doing this on a computer? Good luck.
Yeah. Oh my God, no. I'm like boom, 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 boom. Normally, I'm like smashing it with my fingers.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
Bumble Dash got so much better. We put the time limit on it. We made it that then like the game progressed a little bit faster. It's really fun now.
I definitely like it now. Like compared to a few months ago.
I played Bumble Bash for a long, long time. I would play Honeyland. I would do all that stuff. Bumble Bash is now incredibly fun. I actually find myself playing it not just to check off the airdrop pass every day, but when I have a little 3-minute, 5-minute break, I'm generally opening up either Word Puzzle or Bumble Bash right now. And I'm telling you guys, when Pollen Pop comes out, I've handed it to like 3 or 4 people. Every single one of those people has asked me, when can I get this game on my phone? Because this game is insanely fun and addictive. It's a match 3 game. So don't like.
Is it like one of the bubble poppy ones?
It's think of it more like Candy Crush than like a bubble.
Yeah, I was building one like that.
Yeah, it's just the graphics, the gameplay, the boosters that we have. We've added a couple cool elements. So like when you go into the game, you bring one of your boosters in. You have one booster that you get infinity of, or you can upgrade and get different boosters that you can use Zubs to go buy more, like refills and things like that. But you bring that into the game, and then before you start the game, this like little slot machine comes up, and you either get time or bonus as like the first thing. And then the second thing, you get the gem, the color gem that for the remainder of that game that will give you either the time or point bonus. And then the third one is what's the time or bonus or multiplier going to be every time you get that color. So there's like every game, there's like one thing. And then of course your booster is trying to get another color so that you can fill that thing up and be able to use it. And then we've got like this cool pie thing that we've done. Anyways, there's just some really cool stuff. We'll have PvP. We have both story mode and then as well as like play for rewards mode, a daily tournament that you'll be able to get on a leaderboard. Some really, really cool stuff that we've done. And I think just the idea of this play for fun, play for rewards, daily tournament, and then PvP with each of these games, Pollen Pop and Word Puzzle, I think adds some pretty cool elements and no ads. So like to get a really cool match 3 game with no ads just doesn't exist. And the ability to actually earn real things. So yeah, I think we're really onto something with a lot of this stuff that will take a little bit of time to, develop or grow. But what we've built is at a really, really cool place right now.
Hell yeah.
Definitely progressed a lot in the last few months, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. I look at it now and I go, man, we've got Word Puzzle, we've got Pollen Pop, we've got Honeyland, we've got even Bumble Bash is a really fun game now. Like we've got 4 insanely fun, well put together games. Like very few people can say that. And Honeyland obviously being a much bigger economy than any of those, but Honeyland is now just a really insanely good game, insanely well built. There's still more things to do. The PvP, getting into, I want to make it more social with messaging and things like that. There's a lot of things we can do with the marketplace to make it more discoverable and tradable. There's so many things that we still have on the roadmap. So I don't want it to seem like I feel like we're done by any means. But when I start to look at, where we are today, the things that we're trying to launch now seem more like, PvP will be a big step. But then the new universe is like just giving new stuff. It's, we've got all the features. We have the marketplace. We have the raffles. We have just so many cool things that we've built in the game that like we're always on the wish list. And now it's really just about making it insanely more fun, for players as they're coming in.
So I got to ask with the PvP and the obvious like similarities with the style it has with Axie Infinity. Is there a plan in the future to do like a scholarship thing, or is that not even on your guys' like horizon?
No, yeah, it's not really on the horizon. I mean, if it becomes a thing that we really need to do, we will. I think early on, like a rental marketplace or a scholarship thing was something that we had considered. The large difference between Axie and Honeyland is that, Honeyland ultimately becomes is more of like a proof of management style game where it's like you can't, once your bees are out, like TD can't go send more bees out right now. His bees are out. And so like having a scholar managing that 24/7 doesn't necessarily mean that you can earn more. Whereas with Axie, it was all about how many battles you went on, that's how you earned your SLP. And so the fact that the environment resources are far more about a proof of management than just a proof of grind, it doesn't necessarily lend itself as much that way. With the PvP stuff, it will get a little more interesting because you're still limited by the number of battles or attacks that you can go on in a given day, which I think any player would be able to manage on their own. But yeah, it gets a little bit more interesting in that there's something more to manage beyond just your missions. And it really is about trying to optimize for PvP earnings as well as, leaderboard rankings on the PvP stuff.
Cool.
Excellent. All right. If you are listening and not watching the screen, we have a grub fish up. We need to grub bees. But the code is !zub and your wallet. And I saw Walter was listening. He put his Solana up there. So did Zate. Yeah, we're doing a Solana giveaway. Awesome. So what else?
What's the critter craft? What are we looking? Oh, that's how you select the wallet winner. Got it.
Yeah. They're gonna float around and they'll be able to control them to some degree. There's on-screen commands that make them do different things like spin in place or shrink or get bigger and bounce around crazy. But there's a blade that just comes by randomly, so it doesn't really give you a whole lot of control.
And yeah, Divine Drift saw the comment with the messages that went out. It was it was some security Web 2 thing that unfortunately happened and has been cleaned up, and apologize for anything that may have caused.
Yeah, we're coming.
I
from
didn't
Solana,
get
so-
any, damn it. I just saw them.
Yeah, that's one of
Wow.
those things where it's like the wife is like, "Who's Nicole?" I'm like, "I have no idea."
In the Honeyland Soul Forum, Divine. They were compromised, and it's been resolved. The push notification provider was compromised.
Yeah, there was one loose end point out there that somehow got compromised, and somebody pushed out some notifications that were not from us.
Yeah, ouch.
I didn't get them either, but
I feel rotted, ripped off.
I know. I'm sorry. You and me again. Apparently, they don't want us to go check that stuff out.
Yeah. Were you disappointed too? No.
Man, I was actually very happy. I just saw the chat taking place immediately from our team. That's like, hey, this happened. Shut this down. You know, it's fortunate.
Imagine.
That's one of two vulnerabilities that we've had. There was one time that was, I actually got phished through a pretty intricate thing that somebody took over my access to my Discord, posted an announcement on behalf of me, and within 15 minutes it was cleaned up, entirely. But that didn't mean that there was no damage done. What I will say is, those are just the worst feelings in the world. It is cool to see how quickly our team was able to like shut down both of those. The same phishing attack that got me got 3 other projects that same day. And those 3 were shut. It happened on a Friday afternoon. Those 3 were shut down the entire weekend. They were locked out of their own Discords with the scammers having full access to their Discord for the entire next 3 days. And so like we got 15 minutes while there was enough damage done that it made me feel literally just like soulless for 2-day period. Just absolutely gutted. They like, I feel so lucky that we were, had enough security in place, and systems and team and all that I shouldn't say enough, like we're pretty damn good at all that stuff that, it pays off in moments like that. But yeah, it's both those very disappointing moments.
Oh, one thing I do like about that, one thing that you changed in the game was how when you go out hunting, it used to be like all the bees would gather all kinds of different resources, but now your Gen bees, not the Gen Z ones, they will actually get you shards to actually upgrade those ones now only. And that's the only way to get those, like not the only way to get those, but when hunting, it's the only way to get those. Like your freebies aren't going to get you those kind of stuff.
Right.
I did like that.
Yeah, you're right. You're saying that the Gen Zs used to be able to go get the items that only Gen Z can get now. Yeah. And so, and with the items marketplace and stuff, that was going to be really important. Otherwise, people be really incentivized to just send their Gen Zs out, get those items, flood the marketplace, and it becomes kind of this weird game loop or incentive loop that.
It took me about a week to realize that as well. I was like, I had read it, but it didn't click in my head, and then I was like sending them out, and I'm like, oh, hold up. Yeah. So,
There is
but
one
I am
thing
blonde, so
I requested, and I don't know if you guys have a plan to do this, but it would really be useful if when you sent your bees out, if you could just do like a replay. Like I want to send my bees the exact lands. Because there's a lot of times where I'm like, man, I really don't want to have to go through 7 lands and send out 40 bees.
I don't want to have to work out which one I sent it to.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is that a possibility?
We've got ideas. There's so many different ways that we could do this, there's a lot of different ways that we can do this. Like there's not a perfect system, based on the fact that bees get out of recovery at different times and move into idle. And so like, is it only per squad or is it? And so there's a lot of different things that we can do, but yeah, we've definitely, I should say that it's on the kind of the feature, like quality of life improvement. We certainly can't have it so that it's just constantly like that, or else the game loses any fun. When there's no management required, when it's just all automated. So I think that the idea is that there's some things in the future. We're looking into like season passes as an upcoming feature for Honeyland, which will unlock some benefits, and there could be certain things like that, or more squads, or things that people have asked for that are quality of life related that we can probably gate behind a season pass, which creates a new sync in the game and a new way that players who really care about those can, invest a little bit into to unlock some of those. So I would say, expect some cool things like that coming in the future. But also with understanding that it is a proof of management game, and want to make sure that we, that the players who manage the most are rewarded, but without it feeling like it's just a task, a monotonous, like this task that you are having to do to go earn money. Like we really want it to still feel like a game. So yeah, we've got a lot of things that we should be hopefully trying to continue to always do those quality of life things.
Yeah, that's good. I usually check the sonar buzz, and then if there's nothing I want to go after, I usually just do my default, like on my own lands. So
nice. Yeah, I use squads a lot now too. So I've got, so I know that I've really went into Hivemind and found like, okay, where's my like matches with my mood match? How do they organize? And I'm more of a, I do it in the morning. I do it sometimes in the afternoon, and then I generally do it before bed. But if I only do it in the morning and the afternoon, it's more important for me to have high capacity than high agility, because I'm not constantly managing throughout the day. And so for me, I've organized squads that have the highest amount of capacity together, that are going to stay on the land the longest and bring the most back, and just put them into, 8 squads. And so my first 8 squads, I know that land 1, I just send out these 10. That's how many bees I can send out. I just, go to squad 1, and I move to my second land. I send out squad 2. And so that has significantly shrunk the play time for me, or like the mission time of needing to get those out. And so I find squads to be very helpful for that. And then I've got 2 squads that are just like my vanity squads. So I don't ever send them out. They're just cool ways that if I want to go look at like all my mad honey bees, or like really unique bees, or some of my coolest looking bees, I just have them in a squad, even though it would probably be a lot more efficient to actually use those squads for things that we're sending out to lands. But I don't know. That's how I play the game. That's my happiness, right? So
I'm gonna have to look into using squads, I think.
Yeah, and use the what I did is I went into Hivemind, I exported my whole hive. I got only the ones that match my main queen first, right? And then you do the mood matching, and then I'd organize them by likes. And then I went and tallied up like what's the average capacity of this group that like this? What's the average capacity of this group that likes this? And then I put my my highest capacity ones in groups together. So I may have like my bees who like, long walks on the beach, and who like 3-day weekends. If they equal 10, great. Then I can put those in a squad of 10. And then I just know that those are always going out like matched, mood matched, with the highest amount of capacity. And so, it was one afternoon that took me to put all that stuff together. It was kind of fun. And then every time I go in, it makes it significantly easier. So, spend an afternoon and then save 5 minutes every time.
I always send mine out. I just go to the land and send out because I can only send out 6 at the moment. So I just go to the land and just smash out all the 6. And my paid bees, like my good bees, I go pay. I make them hunt now every single time, and the rest all just go out on harvesting missions. Yeah,
that's cool. We're gonna do some cool things with hunting coming up too. I'll give you guys. I'll give you guys a little bit of alpha here. So. Hunting jackpots are something that I would be really excited about. And so I'm looking to work that into some hunting mechanics sometime in the future, but there's some other really cool stuff that we want to do with hunting as well. So think of that as one maybe thing, but trying to make hunting just a little bit more fun for both landowners and hunters as well. I think there's some cool things that we can do. So
I have it for you, TD. I'll send it private chat for you.
Oh, excellent.
He just sent it in. He sent a private message on Twitch.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, there you go.
Hey guys, I am pretty much at time now. I've got a jam and there's some family stuff that I'm going to get to tonight.
It's been amazing. Thank you, Corey, again.
Yeah. Thank you guys so
Always
much.
love having you on.
Let's do this again in another couple months, and I'll make sure that I can stick around for a lot longer. I'll make sure I have a couple beers before I come on.
Yeah, now we're talking.
All right?
Yeah. I'll make sure it's not like first thing in the morning.
Yeah. Weird if you're doing it, Kitty. But for me, right? So, all right.
I'll get up and just smash some, all right?
Or just stay up,
I'm Aussie.
There you go. Yeah. Even better idea.
All right. See you next time, Corey.
Cheers, guys.
Trade up. You told me to catch up, and you missed it. and it's not good enough yet. But so I spent when I was asking about the Discord channels and whatnot, I was training a custom GPT, and it so I thought it was going to do all right, but I literally hadn't asked it anything before showing it to Corey, so it yeah, it's pretty stupid right now, but because it was trying to tell like it was giving like generalized resource management, like not game specific.
Telling
like,
us that we have
like, what are
buildings
you-
in the
like-
game.
Like, what are you doing, like, bro? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
but-
upgrade your buildings. What buildings?
I can show it to you.
Yeah. Even Corey was like, okay. Didn't know we had buildings. Yeah. Yeah, it's hilarious.
I didn't know I didn't get it because I didn't know that you didn't have buildings. So.
Yeah, no, and you can't upgrade resources on your land. Like, you just have your land, and it's what you
I
get
would
when you brought it.
That'd have been funny.
It was. Corey's sitting there with like this amazed look on his face, like, where is it getting this info from?
He's like, "Are you talking to the right project?"
Yeah. Trader, can you give me your wallet address? Are they private on Solana? Do people? No, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no one,
No,
you
'cause
don't
it's
really
trading
know whose wallet's wallet.
No, I do.
What,
I know
whose
this
it
one,
is.
I think, right?
Oh, unless they have the vanity ones.
Oh yeah.
Trade-up.sol. Didn't you put trade-up cards? It's trade-up.sol.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Trade up card, right? Or just trade
No,
up?
just
trade
trade up.
up.
Just trade up.
Oh.
No card.
Do they need the base?
No, it definitely not. Yeah. Do you have it?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Ah,
Oh, I guess it doesn't know how
Wow,
to do this. Damn it.
dang.
That sucks.
yeah, because that's like the vanity thing over it.
Yeah, it might need something with SNS, but normally those work.
The marketplace on what site?
So there's.
Are you talking about in the B game?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. So I'm gonna set Nashville. Nashville Lou is gonna be the first person that actually has NFTG sold. How do y'all feel about that?
I think there's others.
Nah, there's not.
Coloring Jake was
I'm sorry?
asking about. Coloring Jake was asking about the pool.
Yeah, they bought it. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Did you see the pool recently? It's ridiculous. It's up like 10 grand.
Have you seen the insane remote?
In the B-Land game? All right, Sate, I'll show you. You go into the shops and it's right at the end now. It's right at the end. Oh, I probably should have pulled up my thing first. Right at the end of all the shops.
What pool are you talking about, TD?
Say again.
You said the pool is up 10 grand.
Oh yeah,
What
look at
pool?
that. Oh well, it was. It was. Unless I saw that backwards. Up 6-7
Oh.
grand. Is that Solana price going up? What is that?
Solana's gone up. It's like 160 now.
Here, give me a second. I got to blow up my screen so I can read what you're looking at. But it's going to be partly Solana going up. But if you look at your
This is down by 2%.
scroll down a little bit. So
This
the,
never works for me. It just spins indefinitely.
well, there's usually a price thing. Oh yeah, your virtual price. The virtual price will show you how much it's gone up, like relative to what you put in.
Yeah, chill. So,
What's that about unknown tokens at the top?
yeah, I don't know how to get this off.
I mean,
of there,
you can
but
also take the
it's
token
me.
address for your LP token, and go look at the like soul scan for your LP token.
Yeah. Okay.
And that'll tell you like if other people have deposited into your LP.
So 111 or so if they're forced. Yeah, never mind. I know math. I like 111. That works. Take your wallet and we'll put him back over into the Beekeeper's Guide to Honeyland. And then we will allow this. And then it's going to tell me everything that you have. It should only, yeah. Okay, so you got
Oh, it's
much
not in that wallet.
HXD, it's present, but in a very minimal amount. Pre-IDO, honey. I don't know what that is. Actually,
That's a different project.
Acquire more HXD.
Well, most of my HXD is either in game or staked, so
Yeah.
it's not.
Are you participating
in my
in Honeyland activities?
It wouldn't pick up the bees or the land either because those are all staked in the game.
No,
So
it picked up mine.
oh, I mean,
It
they're
said
in
what I had in my wallet.
the wallet, but the HXD is not. The HXD gets sent to another address.
I don't think it can do this.
Ask it to show a list. List his. How did you pull it up on mine?
I don't know. Do you have bees that aren't staked?
I mean, it
Mine
should-
are all staked.
Oh,
They still
shit.
show.
Here's a list of
There
your
you go.
staked assets related to Honeyland. Is
Yep.
that right? You
Yep.
got that? You got that many lands?
Yep.
What, dude?
Actually, I think that's one short, but
You got this many Genesis bees?
I got 4 bees and 1 queen.
Am I a Honeyland whale?
No. Not even close.
Now that'd probably be Powers then. One.
There's people with hundreds of Genesis bees, like,
Huh.
and dozens of lands. So,
Oh no, you know what? What is the market value of my
the funny part is I've had that most of that for a year now. The lands at one point, I remember you could get them for like $40. Like they were a couple Soul when Soul was like $20.
Why can't you browse the internet? So, anyways, I built this and it needs to be trained because it's not a.
Hmm. Have you used the new GPT-4?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I watched the video and it's nuts, man. Like
It's crazy.
they're gonna kill us all, bro. Like we are way too, as a species, irresponsible for this much like power. The power
I think it's
of
going to make us
processing
pretty
knowledge.
productive, though.
Like,
Like,
yeah, but let's just think about like it's gonna make us more destructive and
I mean,
like I hear
some
you.
people
Like,
can use it for
it's gonna,
bad,
it's gonna be,
some people
it
can
would be
use
an
it for
ever. I guess things have to stay in balance because they were talking about security and things like captchas, but man, you know, anytime you have something like this, somebody always
I'm just
does the
excited for
wrong
like
thing.
the opportunities like my kids will have that we didn't have. Like,
Yeah, man. Like you can literally build. I mean, I'm doing it. You can build something that you have no prior
Right.
experience with.
you just have the idea, and you can
Yeah,
be like,
and then
I
I have,
want it
like,
to do this,
Oh,
and
man.
it can build it for you.
So it says about 50 soul worth of NFTs. Is that?
Oh, it's
is
more
that-
than, unless Queens went down, it should be more than that.
Yeah, it's probably way off.
I mean, with Soul being way up, that could be the case, but I'll go check Marketplace.
I'm gonna go. I have some things to do with the kids, so
Queens did
But
come way
thanks.
down. See you, Kitty. Yeah, about 2. Well,
bye
2 months.
everyone.
Queens were like 60 Soul. Now they're only like 20. So, guess I should have sold mine in January.
Yeah.
But it's okay. They can breed infinitely. So the problem is you got to have bees that can breed. So I only got 4 Genesis bees, and every time you breed, the cost goes up. So
Yeah,
I'll start breeding the Genesis Generation 1s here pretty soon, and you'll get Gen 2s from those, and then breed those guys, and you get Gen 3s. Yeah, I don't have a need to put any more money into it. The land provides some HXD every day, and honestly, the point of the land for me was like, well, if they eventually do hit kind of mass adoption where they've got a huge user base, there's only so much land, right? Like, I mean, they can create these new universes and stuff, but there's only so many Universe 1 lands. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Looks like there's a bug on Tensor right now, unless there really is a land listed for 4.72 Sol. Because I've seen the next lowest one is 7. So I don't know if somebody mispriced that or if that's a legit listing or if it's just like a stuck listing.
yeah.
Go check Magic Eden and see if seeing the same thing. Because if that's legit, you could score a couple of Sol pretty quick.
Yeah, dude. All right. What else? What else we got? I think we got to get this wrapped up. I got Sandy texting me. I'm gonna try to get him on a call real quick so we can plan. So I don't know that we're gonna do an airdrop tomorrow because, well, I'm just not ready. But we're close. Like we're real fucking close, dude. And I firmly believe that if you give Hattie and I the weekend, that we'll get it, that he'll get it, and then I'll be able to take his code and put it in my code, just translate it over, and then we'll be good. Trip, I don't know if you heard, but so I found with the help of AI I don't know if he's read the private chat, highly underutilized and you know whatever else it said underutilized and underappreciated feature of the chain that people aren't using, and we're going to use it in a way.
See, so
Yeah, we're going to use it in a way that's going to make the bridge like blazing fast. Like I think it's the fastest it could be is 172 seconds or 71 seconds, right? Like it has to be at least that long, but that's not like 30 minutes.
To confirm.
Yeah. On the wax side, has to be confirmed. Going the other way, I think it's even faster because I think Solana transaction hits it faster. Finalization, I think it's like 2 minutes maybe. I think the transaction expires at 2 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's something short, but it doesn't take that long.
Yeah. All right. What else do we got for them? There's a huge ARB opportunity right now. Well, is a penny a big ARB opportunity per token? No, right?
Depends on how many tokens you have.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth? If you have a million.
I mean, it depends on the price too. If your price is a penny and your ARB is a penny, then that's 50% ARB. So.
All right, so now we're talking about like 3.5 and 4.2, something like that, or 4.7, something like that. That's what the ARB is between
20%.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh shit. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But I mean, the first person that hit that, it's going to go away probably. So
that's going to be interesting too. I'll have to talk to you about that one. I'll save that one for offline. I'll have to see what. Yeah, I don't want to alarm anyone, but there might be something different about how we do things, which is normal, right? Never do them. The regular way. Yeah. All right. Hey, we love you guys. Be kind to your fellow human, or just disappear for a little while and go work, one of the two. And love you guys, and thanks for coming out. And we're going to be back next week with Elementara on Saturday. So on a Saturday, we'll be back next Saturday, the 25th.
And then I don't know if I told you, but Drax is confirmed for the first Saturday or second Saturday in June. So June
Let's
8th.
go. The second Saturday?
Yeah, June 8th.
All right, so then that means first Saturday, well, the first Friday is my birthday. The Saturday after is the 8th, and insignificant. And then the 15th is the one that you're talking about?
No,
Oh, well,
the 8th.
so the 8th. Oh, okay. Boom, there we go. Because, yeah, you're right. That is the second Saturday. The first is Saturday. Awesome. So, yeah, we got 3 in a row, right? Baller.
Well, we don't have anybody for the first, so
Yeah, we do.
you have Elementary next week.
No,
and then
you're going to find
yeah.
somebody. So we'll have 3 in a row.
Oh.
Yeah, Guac intern. Let's go. You heard it. First of the month.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to find somewhere for y'all to go. We love you, and be kind to your fellow human. And we're out. Late.